Travis the chimp was born in 1995 at a chimpanzee sanctuary in Missouri. He was taken away from his mother when he was only 3 days old and sold to a couple from Connecticut, Sandra and Jerome Harold. They named him after their favorite country singer, Travis Tritt, and raised him as their own child. Travis became a celebrity in his own right, appearing in TV shows, commercials, and magazines. He was also a beloved member of the local community, often seen riding with the Herolds in their tow truck, playing with their horses, or enjoying ice cream. He could do many things that humans could do, such as dressing himself, using a computer, brushing his teeth, and even driving a car. He seemed to be happy and well-adjusted, but behind his friendly smile, there was a wild animal struggling to cope with an unnatural life. Travis was not a typical chimpanzee. He was raised in a human environment, with human food, human clothes, and human language. He learned to communicate with sign language and gestures and understood hundreds of words. He had a strong bond with Sandra and Jerome Harold, who treated him like a son. He slept in their bed, ate at their table, and watched TV with them. He also had a playful and curious personality and enjoyed music, toys, and games. He was especially fond of baseball and hockey and had his own collection of hats and jerseys. He was a gentle and affectionate animal who liked to hug and kiss his human family and friends. But Travis was also a chimpanzee, a highly social and intelligent animal that belongs in the wild, not in a suburban home. He needed the company of his own kind, a natural diet, and a stimulating environment. He also needed boundaries and discipline, which Sandra Harold failed to provide. She pampered him with lavish gifts, such as a king-sized bed, a TV, and a computer. She also gave him Xanax, a prescription drug used to treat anxiety and depression, to calm him down when he became agitated. But Xanax had the opposite effect on Travis, making him more restless and aggressive. He also developed health problems such as diabetes, obesity, and arthritis due to his poor diet and lack of exercise. Travis's behavior became increasingly erratic and unpredictable as he grew older and stronger. He weighed over 200 pounds and had the strength of 5 men. He started to show signs of boredom, frustration, and aggression. He would throw tantrums, break things, and escape from the house. He also became more possessive and jealous of Sandra Harold and did not like it when she had visitors or left him alone. He once bit a woman's hand when she tried to pet him, and another time he chased a man who came to repair the TV. He also attacked other animals such as cats, dogs, and horses, and even killed one of Sandra's pet rabbits. He was a ticking time bomb, waiting to explode. In 2003, he ran away from the car and caused a traffic chaos in Stamford after someone threw trash at him. He was captured by the police, who used cookies and ice cream to lure him back. The incident prompted the state to pass a law banning the ownership of primates over 50 pounds, but Travis was exempted because he had been with the Herolds for so long. Sandra Harold claimed that Travis was harmless and well-trained, and that she had no intention of giving him up. She said that he was her life and that she loved him more than anything. In 2000, the Herolds' only child, Ted, died in a car accident. 4 years later, Jerome Harold passed away from cancer. Sandra Harold was left alone with Travis, who became her sole companion and comfort. She became more isolated and dependent on him and refused to listen to anyone who advised her to find a new home for him. She said that Travis was the only thing that kept her going and that she would die without him. On February 16, 2009, Sandra Harold called her friend Charla Nash and asked her to come over and help her with Travis. He had taken the keys to the car and refused to give them back. He also had taken some Xanax that Sandra had left on the counter. Charla Nash arrived at the house and got out of her car. She had a different hairstyle and was holding a toy that Travis liked, which may have triggered his aggression, and was wearing a different coat than usual. Travis did not recognize her and saw her as a threat. He attacked her with a ferocity that shocked everyone who knew him. He bit off her nose, ears, and hands and tore off most of her face. He also blinded her in both eyes. Sandra Harold tried to stop him by hitting him with a shovel and stabbing him with a butcher knife, but he did not relent. She called 911 and begged for help. The police arrived at the scene and saw Travis standing over Charla Nash's mutilated body. He was covered in blood and had a piece of her flesh in his mouth. He ran towards the police car and tried to open the door. The officer shot him several times, killing him instantly. Charla Nash was rushed to the hospital where she underwent hours of surgery. She survived, but her life was changed forever. She lost her eyesight, her sense of smell, and most of her facial features. She also suffered brain damage and had to undergo a face transplant, the first of its kind in the US. The attack by Travis the chimp shocked the nation and raised questions about the ethics and safety of keeping exotic animals as pets. It also exposed the lack of regulation and oversight of the exotic animal trade, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry that exploits and endangers thousands of animals and humans every year. It also sparked a debate about the rights and welfare of chimpanzees, who share 98% of their DNA with humans and are our closest living relatives. Some argue that chimpanzees deserve legal personhood and protection from captivity, abuse, and experimentation. Others argue that chimpanzees are property and resources that can be used for human benefit and entertainment. The story of Travis the chimp is a tragic one for him, for Charla Nash, for Sandra Herold, and for all the other chimpanzees who suffer in captivity. It is a story that challenges us to rethink our relationship with our fellow primates and with the natural world. It is a story that asks us to question our assumptions, our values, and our actions. It is a story that reminds us of the consequences of our choices and of the price of our ignorance.